Hello everybody, it is Saturday, October 25, 2025. Almost time for Halloween. Trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat. If you don't, I don't care. I'm gonna leave you in your underwear. You know, it's already almost Halloween. And also, I'm having a difficult time dating. I'm here at the Santa Monica and Venice Beach, and I cannot get a date for like 7 or 8 years because they stole all my money. They stole my nest egg, and they choked me out of my government benefits. I cannot even use my phone anymore because they're using CIA direct link software and SolarWinds remoting, and they locked my phone, which is like beyond trespassing of electronic network and beyond damaging of an electronic network, which is why I found some codes now, which entitles law enforcement for like marshal's fees and venue fee and all kinds of supplementary costs to law enforcement because they have to be motivated instead of kickbacks. But the point that I'm trying to make is that like I cannot get a date because when girls, it's not that I'm bad looking or good looking. When girls find out that I have no money and they have to support me because I have no money, girls will run like worse than the bubonic plague, worse than the black plague. Oh, you got no money. Bang, 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 ricochet rabbit, you know? This is what's going on here. When you find out you got no money, they run like you got the plague. And, you know, so it's like, hey baby, you know, let me take you to the karaoke. You could be my party girl. You could be my paralegal girl, because I'm looking for people that are in law enforcement and law, like attorneys and lawyers to help with paralegals. You could be my party girl. You could be my paralegal girl. Baby beautiful. Baby honey. Baby cutie. Baby sweetheart. Sammy sweetheart. The situation. Baby sweetheart. Baby beautiful. Beauty queen, make my dream. You and me make some steam. Raise my lower extreme. Make me cream, sex machine. Let me take you to the crypto so you can be a klepto. Let me take you on a date to the karaoke, and then we can go to the crypto so you can be a klepto, and I'll take you to BB in the morning. I'll buy you a cocktail dress, a red cocktail dress with stiletto shoes and a choker, and then we'll go back the other night to crypto so you can be a klepto. And this is what's going on here, and it's like wherever you walk in California, you know, it's like all districts and all areas, you know, it's like, oh, I got my name over here, and I got my name over there. If you go down there, oh, you can't come here. I'm like walking down the street over here. I'm trying to find a place where I can sit down and eat, you know. Oh, you cannot stay here. This part of here belongs to the Shore Hotel. That part over there belongs to the Chateau du Sur Hotel. That other part over there, if you go to South Bay, it belongs to the Spanish people. If you go to Inglewood, it belongs to the black people. You know, if you go to Culver, it belongs to the Japanese people. It's like, where do you go, man? It's like everybody's in the murder business. This is like worse than Dodge, you know. And to make matters worse, people are coming from Las Vegas with the SolarWinds, and they come in with like radar detectors and electromagnets, and now they have like the wireless battery chargers. And first you go to the clothing stores. Well, now I have to say the Ross stores has gotten a lot of better. You know, it has gotten a lot of better because it also like there's been a crackdown on Skechers, so they're cracking down on putting bubonic plays on and Germain and Cetum and all that stuff on the clothing. So that's gotten a lot better. But still, it's like the people at DPSS, the people at the unemployment insurance, and the people that are running a pyramid Ponzi scheme with Facebook, you know, first they contaminate you with communicable diseases, you know, and then after they contaminate you, they will not even pay for costs they're like choking me out of the benefits. They're stealing my unemployment insurance. They're stealing my food stamps, you know. And the same people that are running Facebook, so like the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, which is why I don't even know what to go for clothing because I gotta get paid soon, and I'm afraid they're gonna hit me up again. And it takes me like 6 to 9 months to heal. And I found out that like some really good stuff to take if you can't afford to take calcium or glucosamine or vitamin E or grapefruit juice. You can also buy like a bag of nuts that have like these mixed nuts that are pretty good. And so like if they hit you with the communicable diseases, it's sort of like penicillin where if it feels too soft, you know, you got to burn it, which is like the psyllin. And then when it gets too soft, you got to harden it again into a rock, which is why I went to the CVS and they gave me like a new prescription that like turns the pox into a rock. And then after that, you got to melt it again. So it's like you got to turn it into rock and then melt it again, and it goes away pretty good. But the other thing that I found out is that I have to go down to Southgate or South Bay Galleria, or I have to go to Glendale Galleria. I got to go to someplace else because they're trying to hit me again, and it takes like 6 to 9 months after they hit me with communicable diseases, infectious diseases. And what I discovered is that the prices down there are really good because of tariffs. So to put in a good word for Donald Trump, you know, he's having illegal immigrants deported back to their countries, and he's confiscated all their money because treason is punishable by death and asset forfeiture, along with profiteering and racketeering, because even California has a law called Penn 186.2, criminal profiteering, which is asset forfeiture. You lose all your money, and then they deport you, you know? So what I found out is that you could actually start a business by selling packaged goods, sort of like the Bayer aspirin in Florida. And you could buy clothing from like South Bay, and you could buy clothing from Redondo Beach and Manhattan Beach and Hawthorne and Torrance. You go over there because they're suffering because all these Macy's and Nordstrom and all these stores, they were making a living selling the clothing overseas to China and everybody else that has money. But now because Donald Trump has raised the tariffs, they have like an overabundance of clothing and stuff, and yeah, you know, they don't want to sell it to you, but they're starving for money. So if you go down to Redondo Beach and that area, Inglewood, and if you buy the clothing cheap, you could take it to like a rich area. You could take it to like Los Angeles or Santa Monica or anywhere else. You could take the clothing to a rich area and open up a store. So you could just like basically buy from the poor area and sell to the rich area. And you never have to leave the United States to make money, which solves the tariffs problem. It also creates a stimulus and gets the economy going again. So, you know, Donald Trump is a crook, you know, don't get me wrong. He's a crook and he robbed me blind, and I'm in a lawsuit against Donald Trump and Eric Trump because they keep stealing my money. Anything that I make, all my inventions, my VB.net, my SQL Server, they keep stealing what I have. And I'm not a fan of Donald Trump, and I'm not a fan of Eric Trump, but they are doing some good things because they're solving the harboring problem, because they're trying to take over the United States. They're trying to replace the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. And they're solving this problem known as harboring, where they have illegal immigrants come in, and they have the California courts on a COUP d'etat, and the U.S. courts on a COUP d'etat. So what they're doing is they're having illegal immigrants come in, and they're replacing U.S. citizens like myself, and assuming their identity with identity theft, and stealing all their money. And then they're willing to pay taxes to their country, Brazil or the Philippines, the South China Sea, you know, wherever they're coming from. They're willing to pay taxes to Jamaica, Ghana, Africa, New Development BRICS. They're willing to pay taxes to their country, but they're not willing to pay taxes to the United States, which is why you know that they're terrorists, and they're replacing citizens with illegal immigrants with identity theft, which is known as harboring, you know. So you got to give Donald Trump credit for that, because he's taking a lot of heat for illegal immigrants, but he's doing the right thing there, even though I'm not a fan of Donald Trump because he stole my money. But he is doing some good things, so.